Hello, everyone. I am Chris Kelly, founder and CEO of Upwave, and thank you for joining us today. So we at Upwave could not be more excited to be hosting this event today. Like you, we've seen various technology trends hit our industry over the last decade or so, but none nearly as powerful as generative AI. And of course, we have launched dozens and dozens of product capabilities and features over the years, but honestly, none have gotten the holy cow reaction that our AI campaign insights reports have gotten from customers in alpha testing. So I hope that you are as excited as we are. So in the demo portion of today's event, we will show you how Gen AI completely automates generating and writing these insights. So with the click of a button, you'll get an instant report downloadable from your Upwave dashboard. Yet I do recognize most of you joining today are thinking about the future impact of AI on our industry and in advertising and advertising measurement. So we'll first spend some time on the beginning of this event sharing a bit of our longer term perspective on how AI will impact media and advertising and ad measurement. So again, thank you for joining. And now I'll invite George London to join me. All right, so I will start, George, with maybe a bit of a devil's advocate question, which is, of course, that it seems like a million people have been saying AI will change marketing for over a decade, and probably hundreds of companies would say that they've already been using AI in their product for years. So why don't you tell our audience how what we're talking about today is different from all that previous hype?
That is a great question, Chris. And it all comes down to what we mean when we use the term AI. As you may know, next year the term artificial intelligence will be turning 70 years old. And over the decades, it's been used to mean many different things. But mostly AI has ended up meaning whatever human-like capabilities computers have gained most recently. But as we all know, the hype over the last year has been driven by the new set of capabilities that the industry is calling generative AI, or Gen AI for short. Gen AI is the combination of deep learning algorithms with vast data sets of text and images to create systems that are capable, under the right circumstances, of writing and even reasoning at the level of an 80th percentile human. Like any other technology, getting the most out of Gen AI requires careful and deliberate engineering. So before we move on, I want to introduce a simple equation. Gen AI plus predictive AI plus domain expertise equals magic. And in the demo we're going to show you today, there's actually 23 different, very carefully crafted prompts that go into the generation of every single report. But if you do these steps right, then the results are nothing short of magic.
I love it. This is quite an exciting world. And of course, I did promise the people a launch event today, George. So let's pivot to what Upwave is launching today.
Let's do some launching, Chris. As I've discussed, Upwave has a very big vision for how generative AI and measurement will work together to make advertising much more effective and profitable. So I'm delighted to introduce you today to Baze. Baze is Upwave's AI agent that over the course of the coming years will help you with more and more components of conducting the measurement and optimization you need to ensure that your brand campaigns you run consistently reach that top percentile of performance. Like many AI systems, Baze is starting out small and will snowball in capabilities as we train and engineer him to incorporate your feedback. But I'm super excited that today we can finally reveal the first tool in Baze's toolbox, Upwave's AI Campaign Insights reports. To our knowledge, these reports are the first real, practical, useful application of generative AI anywhere in advertising measurement. These reports are fully AI-generated PowerPoints that summarize the performance, highlights, and actionable optimization opportunities for each campaign you measure through Upwave.
I'm excited. All right, George, let's take a look. Can you walk our audience through how this works?
Absolutely. So as I mentioned, this is going to show up initially as a button on your Upwave dashboard. You're seeing here a demo dashboard of some of the demo campaigns that we have. We're going to talk today about Flower Fresh, a demo campaign for a fictional laundry detergent brand. But you can see right there in the corner, the button that says Download AI Campaign Insights Report. You click that button and get this window that lets you request to generate a slide deck. When you click the big blue button, we will start generating. The AI will start live processing and generating all your data, which takes a few minutes because it's working hard. And then in a few minutes, you will get an email from Upwave that says your campaign report is available for download. You'll just click the link in the email and you will get a PowerPoint download, which I will walk you through now. Starts with a title slide, and then it's got a few different sections. The first is an introductory section with a bit of an overview of our brandless methodology and information about the survey itself, such as the flight dates and the sample size. Then we're going to have a summary of key findings on the next slide, aka an executive summary. There's a lot of text here, and I know that you can read, but I'm just going to read one of these bullet points so that you don't have to. So this is all text 100% written and generated by the AI itself without any human intervention on this presentation. So here, for example, we've got campaign performance highlights. The Flower Fresh campaign is achieving statistically significant positive results at the 95% level for consideration and purchase intent. Then we've got a few slides that give you an overall overview of the campaign performance, such as the overall here, where you can see different KPIs and how the campaign is performing against them. And then a similar overview of every target audience that you've configured in your Upwave dashboard. Then the AI is going to find some campaign highlights for you. The AI is going to actually apply some common sense and knowledge of the brand itself to try to find cuts and KPI combinations that both have strong performance and that seem relevant to the particular brand that you're advertising. Next, it'll call out, for example, some strong channels. This campaign did particularly well on CTV and on the next slide, mobile video. And also a first-party audience really killed it here. So these are some highlights that you can be proud of on your campaign, but we don't want to stop there. We also want to give you recommendations for what you can actually do to improve the performance of your in-flight campaign. So as I mentioned earlier, this campaign was performing well on video. So the AI is going to notice that and tell you CTV, pre-roll video, and mobile are performing well and recommend that you heavy up on those tactics. And in this case, try to move away if you can from in-app display, which you can see is significantly underperforming relative to the campaign average. The AI is going to try to focus on your primary KPIs, which in this case was consideration, and give you several recommendations for how you can improve consideration by focusing here on particular TV shows that were working well. Next one on TV networks that were doing well for you, and a number of other options. In this case, two different creative concepts, one of them strongly outperforming the other. The AI notices that and recommends that you heavy up on the stronger performing creative. This is 100% AI generated, not touched by a human, but that said, it is a fully editable PowerPoint presentation, meaning that if the AI says anything that you don't like, you are totally free to reword anything, to delete slides, to move them around, to add your own slides. Our goal here is to save you as much time as possible in getting to the understanding you need of what's going on, to communicate to your stakeholders or to take action.
That is already so useful and so powerful. I know this firsthand. I've probably talked to hundreds and hundreds of marketers and media agency analytics professionals and publishers who want insights reports, but they do not like the high costs, usually 5-figure cost, and the days and days, if not weeks and weeks of waiting for these to be developed in the old world. So I'd love to see this, and I know the market will love it too. But enough of hearing from just Upwavers. It's time to hear from our customers and industry friends. So I will now turn the mic over to Upwave's EVP of Customer Success and Analytics, John Stewart, who will lead a conversation with a couple industry experts who have piloted our new AI campaign insights reports.
So I'd like to introduce Lindsay Weaver, SVP Analytics and Research from and Pierre Brevard, Chief Insights Officer, Cumulus Media and Westwood One. Pierre, you have been in the market research and measurement space for years. And when you think generally about the innovations in that space, what do you feel is particularly exciting about new developments in AI?
You know, all the innovation in market research, none of it business people have really been able to experience. It's always been kind of downstream. So This is the first time we're seeing something useful that an insights professional or a business person could actually benefit from. There's more and more brand work being done because I think most marketers are kind of waking up that the last 15 years of performance marketing really took advertising kind of the train jumped off the track. And this obsession with performance has caused a lot of brands to actually be destroyed. Brand building is what causes performance marketing to do better. And the stronger your brand, the stronger your results. So, we're kind of getting back to the fundamentals of marketing, which means there's going to be more and more brand studies being conducted. And the insights teams at or anywhere are not, growing as fast. So we need ways to kind of get what are the key findings and what are the recommendations to kind of get to that quicker.
So Lindsay, you've seen Upwave's campaign insights reports already. What are some of your thoughts?
I mean, anywhere, anytime we can work smarter, not harder, we love to see it, right? Great starting point for calling out winners, and I guess we don't say loser, maybe winners and laggers, so that we can spend a little bit more time on the why. I feel like everyone says this to all of their clients all the time, but we want to get to the why, right? Certain channels, partners, creatives, whatever it might be, performing, not performing, so that we can then focus on what we can pull in terms of levers from, say, a media perspective, things like reach, frequency, right? It just helps us get to the movement or the action a lot faster.